Hi, my name is Terry Kennedy. I went from losing 30 kilograms and being 4 days away from running my first marathon to acquiring a brain injury from a brainstem stroke. This is the story of the last 15 months of my life. On the 15th of May 2011, my son Archie was born with septo-optic dysplasia, a rare condition that affects his brain. Despite his condition, Archie doesn't sit around feeling sorry for himself, but he smiles and he laughs, and he just gets up when he falls down, and he's an inspiration to us all. My dad then had his prostate removed due to an aggressive form of prostate cancer. At this stage his prognosis is unclear, and we find out the next steps of his cancer journey in about a month's time. Fingers crossed. The best way I knew how to deal with this was easy, I thought. Throw myself into health and fitness, lose 30 kilograms and embark on the journey of completing a marathon. At approximately 10 PM on the 9th of May 2012, my life changed forever. I was lying in bed and within 30 seconds I felt an excruciating headache. Within a minute I'd collapsed. Within 3 minutes I'd lost my eyesight, complete feeling in my face, and had sweated so profusely that when the ambulance arrived within 7 minutes I was more or less unconscious. I didn't realise it at the time, but my marathon was about to begin. 4 days too early, and I'd need to show the spirit and the strength of both Archie and my dad. I was taken to hospital where I realised the fight for life had begun. After being subjected to a myriad of tests, doctors were none the wiser, and all I knew was that after almost 6 hours, I had little fight left in me. I remember vividly gasping for what I thought was my final breath, a haunting thought that lingers with me every day as I slipped out of consciousness, and I thought that was the end, a horrifying thought. When I eventually woke, I was told I'd suffered a stroke and a heart attack, and I was lucky to be alive. The stroke had affected the right side of my brain at the base of the medulla. At 33 years old, I was in perfect health, I had a great diet and an exceptional level of fitness. It seemed completely unreal that this had occurred. I needed to accept the fact that it had happened though, and to move on very quickly. The next step for me then became about recovery, learning to see, learning to walk, learning to talk, and finally learning to run again. A challenge that I still take on each day. I dedicated myself to recovery like I did my marathon training. After a lot of hard work, frustration, I'm largely back to normal. I'm still left with some residual impacts which affect my balance and the right side, and I work on these problems every day. I've since trained and competed in 2 events, and I train hard every single day to stay healthy and fit and to stay alive. I've been lucky enough to secure a spot in the Asia Pacific Ironman Championships in Melbourne on March the 24th, which consists of a 3.8k swim, a 180k ride and a 42k run, where I'll be competing for Brain Injury Australia. But not before I finally conquer my marathon on October the 14th, again in Melbourne. I do this for Brain Injury Australia. Bring it on, I love training and I'm happy to be alive. It's unknown if it will ever happen again, and lifelong medication limits the reoccurrence rate. But after suffering this brain injury, I've only ever looked forward and become more determined to achieve the things I want in life. I've shared my story with you today, and I'd like to share an event occurring in September, which is close to my heart. During September 2012, Sidetember will take place. We aim to raise 100k for Brain Injury Australia. Sidetember encourages men to grow sideburns during the month of September to raise awareness and vital funds to support people living with an acquired brain injury, their family members and their carers. Go to the Sidetember page at www.sidetember.com.au, register and create your fundraising page or donate to somebody else's page. Share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter and via email to kickstart donations. It starts on September the 1st with a clean shaven face, and all you have to do is grow your chops for the month of Sidetember. Thanks for listening to my story.